I don't see and believe that a Man United player would say what Salah said about Arne Slot, because they trust the philosophy of Rúben Amorim. They trust what he's doing at Man United. We said it. Elliot Anderson going to Man United can be as impactful as Declan Rice going to Arsenal. And don't forget, who wanted Declan Rice before he went to Arsenal? Man City. Who wants Elliot Anderson right now before he goes to Man United? Because I think that's inevitable. It's also Man City. Declan Rice can win a Ballon d'Or if Arsenal wins the Champions League. If England wins the World Cup, you have no ball knowledge. You do not understand football.
Norway is a national team that can reach easily the quarterfinals and maybe the semi-finals of the competition.
We've seen Morocco go to the semi-finals. We've seen Croatia in back-to-back World Cups make history. Erling Haaland will want to learn as much as he can and lead Norway to history. The inevitable star, o menino da Vila, menino Ney, that what he's doing for Santos, please pay attention. If Santos was in a relegation spots, everybody would be pointing fingers at Neymar. You still should be pointing fingers at Neymar if this man is saving Santos from being relegated.
Episode 15 of the FC Wonderkid podcast. Alex, how are you doing?
I am excited, so excited, because we know the World Cup groups, 48 teams, 12 groups, and now we can comment about a Haaland against Mbappé matchup that's going to be absolutely insane. And I'm incredibly happy to film another podcast here with my great friend Flip Souza. And we're talking about the World Cup groups. We're talking about Rúben Amorim. We're going to defend the man that seems that no one wants to defend in England. Oh my days. And a bit of Mo Salah talk with what happened. Transfers of Wonderkids, mandatory in this podcast. But yes, you know, FC Wonderkid podcast, the best podcast talking about young players, young managers. And until now, we're the only podcast worldwide as it seems, to defend Rúben Amorim too.
True.
So like this video, 5 stars on Spotify, and I like this video on YouTube. It's a huge help for us at FC Wonderkid. So let's get started with Rúben Amorim at Man United. Flip Souza, have you lost your hope with Man United with Rúben Amorim?
No. I think Rúben Amorim will have the results. In the end of the season, we can judge. Mm-hmm. But right now, I think they are struggling playing against teams which they have to have the ball and decide well with the ball. Mm-hmm. Okay, the games that they need to handle the game.
Yes.
And I think in more balanced games against Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Man United won those matches, and I think these kind of games, Man United have been have had more facilities than games against West Ham, Nottingham Forest, games that they need to decide well with the ball. They need to have the control of the game, and I think that's where Man United is struggling right now. But I have my trust and my hopes in Rúben Amorim, and I think they will win against Wolves. And we were talking on off about this. And if Man United wins against Wolves, they have the same points as Chelsea.
Exactly. That is very important to remind Man United fans. And yes, Manchester United with Rúben Amorim in a year's time is going to look so much better. And if Man United is equaling Chelsea in points, that is a magnificent job, because you look at Man United's team and you look at Chelsea's team, who's got a better team right now? No doubt, unequivocally, is Chelsea right now. And Man United, slowly but steady, is improving under Rúben Amorim. If you hate on Rúben Amorim, honestly, you're just hating on a manager that had a team that was lost when he arrived. Completely lost with no leadership. In 1 year, Rúben Amorim managed to have Onana, Anthony, Lindelof, Haaland, Rashford, and Sancho out. None of these players, in my opinion, would start for Man City. They wouldn't start for Arsenal, their title contenders, for God's sake. So, my point is, Rúben Amorim, obviously, he has a team that is not as good as City, Arsenal, even Liverpool, that has 2 wins in their last 10 Premier League games. I see Jamie Carragher talking more about Man United than Liverpool, and Liverpool's captain, or one of the captains, Mo Salah, eternal legend, is saying what he's saying about the manager. I don't see and believe that a Man United player would say what Salah said about Arne Slot, because they trust the philosophy of Rúben Amorim. They trust what he's doing at Man United. You think a professional player can't understand that when he arrived at Carrington a year ago, the facilities were worse, the culture with the players were worse, and the players that left, Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, Onana, all were a part of that culture being bad leaders. So now, trust Rúben Amorim. I can say it more confidently than ever, because at the age of 40, he's at 1 year on one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he still believes in his philosophy. That for me means the world, because it says to Man United fans that he still believes that he can win a Premier League at Man United. Back this man, because a good January transfer window, we said it, Elliot Anderson going to Man United can be as impactful as Declan Rice going to Arsenal. And don't forget, who wanted Declan Rice before he went to Arsenal? Man City. Who wants Elliot Anderson right now before he goes to Man United? Because I think that's inevitable. It's also Man City. Man City knows what they needed to do to stop an era beginning with Arsenal, but they didn't with Declan Rice. They know that they have to stop Elliot Anderson going to Man United, because if he goes, a new era starts in Man United. So yes, I wanted to mention this.
Yeah, very well mentioned. And I have to say, Man United right now have the worst squad of the Big 6 Premier League clubs.
Even worse than Tottenham.
Even worse than Tottenham. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't see people asking to sack Maresca. I don't see people asking to sack other managers, as I see with Rúben Amorim.
Maresca, I understand he gets top 4 with the Champions League. He wins the Conference League. But the pressure of Man United, for any top manager in the world right now, would struggle at Manchester United. You put Pep Guardiola at Man United, he will struggle long-term, especially. Yeah. Unai Emery. Okay, what he's doing, Unai Emery at Aston Villa, is historical and needs to get more credit to his name. But again, do not compare both situations, because everything is different from Unai Emery at Villa and Rúben Amorim also at Man United. But I really think the Elliot Anderson transfer is absolutely crucial. And another point I want to say too, because we are FC Wonderkid, we watch Wonderkids. That's our life, Fleep, isn't it? And we see comments of Man United fans and Rúben Amorim haters saying Rúben Amorim doesn't trust the youth. Here's some knowledge for you guys that say that. Look at Nuno Mendes' career. Look at Gonçalo Inácio's career. Look at Trincão's career. Look at Wilman's career. Look at Vítor Gyökeres' career.
Pedro Porro.
But Pedro Gonçalves, who trusted these players and played them the best way they could? Rúben Amorim. Without Rúben Amorim, the best left back in the world, unequivocally Nuno Mendes, wouldn't be as good as he is. Rúben Amorim knows how to trust the youth, and it's ridiculous, the comments that say that Rúben Amorim doesn't trust the youth because he hasn't played JJ Gabriel, when it isn't even possible for JJ Gabriel to play a game in the Premier League, right, Fleet?
Right. He cannot play this season, and
only FA Cup, correct?
Yeah, only FA Cup. And next season he can play.
Exactly.
Next season, and some rumors again this week about JJ Gabriel saying that he will meet with FC Barcelona and something like that. But he cannot leave Man United until 2027.
Exactly.
So this will not happen, at least for now.
Because of Rúben Amorim that JJ Gabriel is going to Man United, to Barcelona if it happens.
And Alex, let's think a little bit. This moment of Man United, the last game, 1-1 against West Ham, do you think it was the best moment to give the opportunity to Lacey, for example?
Lacey, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. These youngsters have to be played in good environments and
the right moment,
in the right moment to adapt to a team in a good moment. And I think it's not good for the team and for the youngsters to play in that type of games that Man United needed a goal to win, and it's not the best moment for them.
True.
I think Lacey will get his time with the first team. I think he will debut this season, and I think he will get some minutes because I think he's a brilliant youngster. But in the right moment,
Exactly.
in the right moment, that's crucial. Even for Lacey, it's crucial. So I think Rúben Amorim trusts the youth. And he doesn't trust the youth. He played Aiden Heaven when the Elite was couldn't play. He played Aiden Heaven as a starter.
It's because of Carrington, because Kobe Mainoo's now playing. Shea Lacey supposedly deserves to play already. That's why people are saying that Rúben Amorim doesn't trust the youth. But both of us, we completely disagree with that stance. And honestly, the question I want to propose to the people at home that are Man United fans and don't back Rúben Amorim, of these signings, who are flops? Is Mbeumo a flop?
No.
Is Matheus Cunha a flop?
No.
Is Patrick Dorgu a flop?
No.
Is
In my opinion, no.
Šeško a flop?
In my opinion, no.
50-50 right now. But you cannot say that Rúben Amorim is signing flops. They're clearly improving the squad. San Lamens, is he a flop?
No.
And a much better keeper than Onana or Altai. Man United, the players that Rúben Amorim is trusting, clearly have improved, and Man United players that were already there that have improved with Rúben Amorim, Amad Diallo, De Ligt, Masraoui had good moments last season, Luke Shaw is starting to get importance, Maguire is the top 5 earners. It's not a case of Rúben Amorim making Maguire one of the best. Maguire has the responsibility as a man that earns so much money for Man United to be that top 5 earner at the club, to deserve to be that player. I think
the only case that people can talk about this is Kobe Mainoo. And I think Kobe Mainoo, we already talked about this in some episodes, and I think Kobe Mainoo does not fit this system and dynamics of Rúben Amorim, because he's a midfielder that should play in a 3-man midfield. And right now you have in the Rúben Amorim system, you have 2 midfielders that should work defensively and offensively, should have high work defensively, and Kobe Mainoo is not that type of player.
True.
He's not that type of player, and that's why I think Kobe Mainoo is not getting many minutes under Rúben Amorim.
Do you think he's moving in January, Kobe Mainoo?
I think he should move. Yeah, maybe a Luan, or because it's
a loan to Brighton or a loan to Napoli.
Maybe because I think it's better for Kobe Mainoo, because it's in that stage of his career that he needs to play.
100%.
Kobe Mainoo needs to play, and I think this is not the best case for his development. And also, he's not the type of player that suits the Rúben Amorim system. You need high work midfielders, and that's why I think in January Man United has to sign. I don't know if he's Elliot Anderson or not, but they need to sign a midfielder.
100%.
That's the first signing that they need in January.
100%. And it's that conversation. Elliot Anderson, Carlos Baleba, Angelo Stiller, Adam Morton. I go 100% with Elliot Anderson and Angelo Stiller, because I think those are 2 realistic signings at this moment. And if you can snatch Mark Gahey off Crystal Palace, this is an England starter. Elliot Anderson and Mark Gahey in January is such an elite move, and stop that nonsense of it's not convincible. Man United should be able to convince a Crystal Palace captain, Elliot Anderson, obviously one of the most important players, best midfielders in the Premier League at Forest, and they should be convincible to get a midfielder at Stuttgart. So Man United, once they get Stiller, Elliot Anderson, and who I just mentioned, that will make them obviously title contenders. And is there anything else that you want to add to this Man United talk that you think it makes sense, Philippe?
Yes, I think I can make a predict right now. I think they will be in the top 5 of Premier League this season. Top 5, and we will talk in the end of the season.
Yes.
If I'm wrong,
or next episode after the Wolves game.
If I'm wrong, I'm here to say that I was wrong. But I really believe in Rúben Amorim, because we know Rúben Amorim. We know how the first times at Sporting, they were so difficult,
Changed the culture of Sporting.
so difficult, and the storm came at Man United, and I think the good days will come.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
But I think I maintain my trust in Rúben Amorim, and I think I'm right.
And 100% ending on my point is Manchester United will be great again with Rúben Amorim, and the biggest enemy of Rúben Amorim right now is time. Time and the media, the scrutiny, the pressure, and I believe Rúben Amorim, with his maintaining his philosophy, Rúben Amorim will make Man United great again, trusting the youth, trusting the right players like Mbeumo, Cunha, Dele, San Lamens. These are the right players to trust, and he's clearing the club. Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, Onana, none of that nonsense deserve to start for Man United if they're winning the Premier League, and they just don't have that level. So trust that Manchester United will get to that Premier League level, and the biggest kryptonites of Guardiola and Man City this era is not Arteta, it's not Arne Slot, it's certainly not Thomas Frank, it's Rúben Amorim at Manchester United, that I believe it's a bold prediction right now, they can fight for the Premier League with the right signings in January, like an Elliot Anderson and a Semenyo. In my view, and next season, 100% Man United are fighting for the Premier League. I can promise just that. 2 years of Rúben Amorim, he won't be given the same time as Arteta, but he doesn't need it because he's Rúben Amorim and not Mikel Arteta. And talking about a bit of, because we're talking Premier League, and it makes sense to mention this because Florian Wirtz is a Wonderkid that we've seen all of his career. We've known about Florian Wirtz when he was at Cologne before he goes to Leverkusen. And things aren't going right. Florian Wirtz, 14 Premier League games, 0 goals, 0 assists. I see Arne Slot talking about Liverpool building a team around Gakpo when Liverpool spent £450 million in Isaac Ekitike. Florian Wirtz, that's not the right things to say. And Salah, man, I back Salah because the third game on the bench, you can absolutely feel that he doesn't trust Arne's thoughts, and conversations 100% happened behind doors for Salah to say what he said. Michael Owen, Jamie Carragher, you will not back Mo Salah, but I will because he's the best Premier League African player we've seen. He deserves to have that legend status, and he doesn't deserve to be treated that way, Mo Salah, in my view. So
I agree with you. I think what's happening at Liverpool, it's very strange. Even the signings in the transfer window were strange because of you sign Ekitike for 95 million, and then after that you sign Isaac for 125 million. It does not make sense in my opinion, because in my opinion, if you sign Ekitike, this guy have to play all of the games.
You can't sign Isaac at the same time, 100%.
So, and I think Ekitike is underrated. Again, in this bad moment of Liverpool, yesterday when we are filming this, he scored a brace.
Just like Szoboszlai too. Szoboszlai too, underrated. And he doesn't play in the right position. Where are the slots? He's playing at fullback. What? Come on, consistently, you making that decision. How are you saying that to Jeremy Frimpong that just got signed? Like, come on.
Very difficult. I think they have so much good players for the same positions, and I think Arne Slot is struggling to handle this type of management.
And now I'm gonna be devil advocate here against you, Felipe Sousa, asking. But Arne Slot won the Premier League with Liverpool. He should be backed. How do you answer that?
I think Arne Slot have to be a role in this management of the team. Because
I think it was Klopp's philosophy, man. Honestly,
no. I think he deserves the credit to win the last Premier League. So he deserves the credit because the team that you saw with Arne Slot was not the same team that you saw with Jurgen Klopp.
I think some players improved, like Gravenberg,
but
Chalobah.
The style of play, I think it's not the same. You can see different things in the
tactical setup.
The tactical setup, you can see different things with Jurgen Klopp.
But it's the same, the tactical setup. I just think
the system, maybe it's the same, but the dynamics are different.
And my point is Arne Slot was given a team that with his system could win the Premier League. He did what he had to do. I give credit for that, but I don't give total credit like a Guardiola, like an Arteta, like a Rúben Amorim if he wins at Man United, because he had to implement so many so many scenarios, so many things to his philosophy, something that Slot was inherited with.
But I have to say, I have to say one thing, because what's happening to Arne Slot in terms of tactical issues, because Liverpool is having tactical issues. He also admitted in the press conference, because Liverpool is having very, very difficulties against low blocks, and that's one thing it's clear.
Just like Benfica?
It's clear. And last season, it was not the same thing. So I think Arne Slot is struggling to adapt to this.
It's Mo Salah, mate. Mo Salah.
I don't think it's...
And because this is something interesting, even statistically. It's if Mo Salah doesn't score or assist in a Premier League game under Arne Slot, Liverpool have won only 25% of their games. And that for me is an insane stat. It shows reliance upon Mo Salah. And I think the way you're treating Mo Salah, Arne Slot, something had to happen behind closed doors. And I think the low blocks consequence that you're saying, I understand your point of view, but if you have a Florian Wirtz signing, that should be a kryptonite for low blocks. A player that can play so well between the lines.
Even Mo Salah can unlock those balls.
Exactly.
Yes.
And statistically, Mo Salah last season, 34 goals, 23 assists. He's wanted by the whole world, and he's benched consecutively. That cannot happen. That cannot happen to a player like Mo Salah. And honestly, I really think if we picture other players that would be getting this treatment, like a Hazard in the past, like a Bale in the past, like a Cristiano Ronaldo if he was at Man United, at his peak, and he's being benched consecutively, we would be talking saying, this is absolute nonsense. When in the previous season he had 34 goals and 23 assists, you can never bench consecutively in Premier League games a player like this if he's available and fit. The highest earner at the club for a reason.
And if you don't have the right players on your side, it's very difficult, because everyone knows that Mo Salah is a club legend, and if you don't put those guys, Van Dijk, Mo Salah,
Van Dijk's going to be backing Mo Salah
on your side. It's very difficult, because you will lose the dressing room. In my opinion.
So we had to mention this in the episode.
But these kind of things happen also because you have so many players for the same position.
Exactly.
That's why
the biggest mistake of Liverpool was the recruitment.
True. This recruitment this season was pure, and I think it was amateur level.
Sorry, it was poor.
It was very poor. Was very poor in my opinion, because think with me. If Wirtz doesn't play, Wirtz will be upset. If Salah doesn't play, Salah will be upset. If Ekitike will not play, Ekitike will be upset.
I agree.
If Isaac does not play, Isaac will be upset. It's very difficult when you have this kind of players for the same position to handle this dressing room. So the main problem this season of Liverpool was the recruitment.
You see Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekitike, Alexander Isaac. Who's performing at a high level at Liverpool this season? None of them. And the best players last season, Mo Salah, Van Dijk, they're not performing well as well. So this is ridiculous, and it should never happen. So we had to mention here the podcast, since it mentions Wirtz too, that is not a Wonderkid anymore, but a young player that definitely is very important in football. And it also makes sense for us in this part of the podcast to talk about the Man City elite young core, attacking young core of Man City. That's when you said that Arsenal were your favorites for the Premier League. I thought to myself, I'm going to back Man City, because when I see Doku, Phil Foden, Erling Haaland playing this way, I just get a different feeling. I just get this confidence. And obviously the name that I didn't say, Cherki, that is proving to be a better player in the Premier League than Florian Wirtz, than Xavi Simons, than many of these players, than even an Odegaard that is in the Premier League. Cherki is football heritage in terms of dribbling, the technique. So many players I've seen in the Premier League that have been techie, but not this type of techie that slows time almost around him. He is so special, and a bargain signing for less than 40 million.
And it's so funny to watch Ryan Cherki playing. Even last season at Lyon was so funny to watch as well. And seeing that this guy can play in the same way in the best league in the world.
Exactly.
it's insane, and I think he will develop a lot under Pep Guardiola, and I see a good connection between these two, because I saw the press conference of Pep Guardiola, and I see Pep Guardiola loves Cherki, and Cherki loves Pep Guardiola. So I think the Cherki in the second half of the season will be so much better than he is now. He's already good, but in the second half of the season, I think Cherki will be world class.
For Man City, 7 starts, 11 goal involvements. When he's 30, it's going to be in 2035, Ryan Cherki. So Man City have signed another gem to play next to Phil Foden that has six Premier League trophies to his name. And now you have Doku, Erling Haaland. Oh my days, this team is absolutely legendary. So leave in the comment section down below, who do you think is going to win the Premier League? That's an interesting talk always. And yes, Premier League talk, I love to have this talk.
And compare also the recruitment of Man City with the recruitment of Liverpool, for example.
Yes.
They signed...
Even the recruitment of Liverpool compared to the recruitment of Man United. Imagine if Florian Salah was at Man United, 14 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Rúben Amorim, it's his fault.
True.
We're not blaming Arne Slot for this. We
Yeah.
have to blame Arne Slot for this.
I blame the recruitment. I think Arne Slot was involved in this recruitment.
Exactly. He had to be involved in that recruitment.
He had to be involved.
And if he wanted Florian Salah to be as important as he is, he clearly wanted Salah to be less important. True. And Mo Salah didn't like that happened. True. Okay?
And you see, Man City, for example, Vitor Reis, they signed Vitor Reis. Okay, he's not ready. Go to La Liga for Luan, and he's playing so good at Girona, Vitor Reis. Vitor Reis next season will play for Man City.
I agree.
So good on the ball. Again, ball playing centre back, made in Palmeiras, fantastic player, and this season he's improving so much. He's ready. Next season he will be ready for the Premier League.
I understand where you're coming from, and I think he's going to be ready. It's all going to be a case of how the recruitment of Man City is going to be in the strategy. I don't know if he can still be a starter because of Guardiola and Ruben Dias.
I'm not saying that he will be a starter, but he will be an option.
But it just shows the amazing recruitment of Man City, and that's very well spotted. And even if it's not Vitor Reis at the center back, you still have Kushanov and you still have Diomande. Okay, that all three are very different center backs from each other, but can be good one day for Man City.
Diomande will not play for Man City
because of the ball playing capabilities.
I don't even understand that signing for Man City.
He's still developing. I think off ball he's got amazing qualities. He reminds me of Dante, and Dante late in his career had a great development in terms of with his ball possession. I think that can happen to Diomande. He's still very young, mate. He's still very young. But he's not a Jeremy Cherki, he's not a Lenior, or not a Dean Huijsen,
not even Kujanov that has a decent ball distribution.
Yes,
Diomande, I think the level that it's needed in terms of ball distribution to play in a Pep Guardiola team is not even close, in my opinion.
No, but
I think Diomande, it's a great Wonderkid that can play for a lot of big teams, but in a Pep Guardiola team, I think it's difficult. I think Vitor Reis was a very a signing that made a lot more sense than Diomande.
Completely. And just a quick note too. Arsenal fans that were saying that Arsenal was going to beat the record of Chelsea of only 15 goals suffered. Come on, guys. Realism has come, okay? 9 goals suffered until now, and Arsenal are 100% not beating the record of Chelsea, which is Mourinho, of only 15 goals suffered. It's still impressive, though, that you can have a defense with Calafiori, with Hincapié, Timber, Ben White, when you have Saliba, Mosquera, and Gabriel injured. But still, to have the expectancies that they're as good as Gabriel and Saliba, that is not the case. And that's why you had a realism check with Aston Villa beating you guys, okay? Unai Emery said good evening once again. 6 years he was sacked by Arsenal. He returns, and he returns much better with Aston Villa.
Great work.
That's what an elite work that Unai Emery is doing at Aston Villa. He deserves so much credit. And if Aston Villa is finishing in Champions League places, it's obviously, once again, big credits to Unai Emery. And I believe the two biggest contenders to win the Europa League right now, it's Futebol Clube Porto and Aston Villa. I hope Futebol Porto wins, but Unai Emery, I completely could see him winning another Europa League after winning 3 at Sevilla, 1 at Villarreal, and now a 5th with Aston Villa would absolutely be poetic. And at Villa Park, who can beat Aston Villa in the Europa League? It's a very difficult job.
Unai Emery has a master's degree in winning European competitions. So I think, Aston Villa, I think it's a main candidate. It's the main candidate to win the Europa League.
I had the luxury and the privilege to speak to Manuel Fernandes, that was coached by Unai Emery.
Yeah.
At the age of 36, people forget how long Unai Emery is coaching at a high level. He goes from Almeria to Valencia at the age of 36, 2008, and he stays at Valencia until 2012, until the age of 40. Unai Emery. It's not a coincidence that he's such a top manager. He's coached at Arsenal, at PSG, and now at Villa. He's so happy, and he's gonna get European success at Villa, just like he did at Sevilla and at Villarreal, and improving a lot of players like Morgan Rogers, Ollie Watkins. So many of these players are now references with Unai Emery, and he trusts his philosophy always, with a Pau Torres always playing from the back, Onana being incredibly responsible, Tielemans, that's underrated Premier League legend one day, okay? Tielemans, what he's had in his career, is such a special player. Wonderkid and Anderlecht and FIFA and Football Manager. The streets don't all forget. So yes, I wanted to mention here at the end, Unai Emery and a bit at Arsenal. But now, it makes sense. We were talking about Man City, World Cup time. We know the groups. It's so excited, okay? And here at the start, it's interesting that the opening match of the 2026 World Cup is going to be a rematch of Mexico against South Africa that we saw at the beginning of 2010. That's going to be beautiful, and we're so excited here at FC Wonderkid because it's going to be the introduction to the world of Gilberto Mora to all fans. Okay, one of the best Wonderkids in the World Cup is going to show himself in the first match against South Africa, the rematch from 2010. Do you agree?
I agree. And then he goes to Europe after this World Cup. I don't have any doubt. One of the best Wonderkids of Mexico. I don't know if he's the best. Maybe he's the best Wonderkid of all time of Mexico.
Oh, of all time. Chicharito was special when he was a Wonderkid.
Carlos Vela too.
And Giovanni dos Santos.
But I think Gilberto Mora will have a better career than these guys. I think, in my opinion.
We love Gilberto Mora here at FC Wonderkid.
I see things in Gilberto Mora game that I didn't saw in those type of Wonderkids from Mexico. But
and another interesting thing that we have in the World Cup, that's 48 teams in the World Cup, and Croatia lands in their first match for England, okay? England fans must be thinking, how unlucky are we that the first match in the World Cup is against Croatia? And I could see the first goal suffered by England with Thomas Tuchel being obviously Croatia to be that team.
True.
I see all the teams that England have played until now. None of the teams would beat Croatia. The first match of the World Cup is already a test for England. And look, as I said, I could see Croatia win this match. But one thing's for sure. First match of England in the World Cup against Croatia. All the English fans are going to start knowing about Luka Vuskovic, especially the Tottenham fans that, look, put the trust in Vuskovic of him becoming one of the best center backs in the world. In terms of potential, we've said it. Dean Huijsen, Pau Kubarzi, you can say Vuskovic in the same sentence, definitely in the same sentence as Lenny Yoro, okay? Vuskovic is a special talent. At Westerlo, he succeeded. At Hamburg, he succeeded. And at Tottenham one day, he will succeed just like in the Croatian national team. That I
think
believe
he
is
will
start
fantastic. In this World Cup for Croatia.
Yes.
And England, be careful with the set pieces because Luka Vuskovic is an aerial beast. The amount of goals that this guy scores as a center back is insane. Last season, it was the under 23 center back that scored more goals in the Big Ten leagues.
100%.
He scored like 8 goals in the Belgian Pro League. It's insane for a center back. And he's also improving a lot in terms of spatial awareness and positioning, and he's adapting so well to the Big 5 leagues that I think next season is another option for the centre-back position for Tottenham. And I think next World Cup he will start for Croatia. And be careful with this Croatia defense because he's very young and a lot of talent.
Gvardiol and Vuskovic.
Gvardiol, Vuskovic, and you have Stanisic that is 24.
Yes.
Stanisic that is doing a very good season at Bayern Munich. And be careful with this Croatian national team because I see that the players have a good connection between them, and they have also individual talent because they have experienced players like Modric. You have Gvardiol, Luka Vuskovic, you have Petar Susic in the midfield that I think is a very underrated player.
True. Hopefully Luka Susic gets a move on loan to play more and be more ready in the World Cup.
Let's see. I think
he won't play at Real Sociedad.
No, Petar Susic is
but I say Luka Susic.
Luka Susic.
I said Luka.
Yeah. Luka Susic, but I think Petar Susic is on
different positions. Different
positions, but different level. I think Petar Susic is one or two steps ahead.
I don't think so.
Luka
I
Susic.
think Luka Susic playing football, if he gets the minutes, he's a bigger talent than Petar Susic, and I like Petar Susic too. I really think that.
I think Luka Susic can be very important in the crucial moments because he's shooting from distance and
the creation, mate. The creation. I remember speaking to Rocco Simic, and I asked him, who for you is the player that you think you're most certain is going to be an important player for Croatia one day and replace Luka Modric? He said, no doubt, Luka Susic. Touch, vision, the way he sees the game. But I understand, Petar Susic, the 6-8 position, it's going to be his for Croatia.
True.
But the 10... it's Baturina or Luka Susic, and I'm going to put my bets in Susic. Getting a loan move from Real Sociedad because he will not play at Real Sociedad because they already have their way they play, and he hasn't adapted well to that league. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. But another thing, we mentioned England and all this. It's very popular, this talk in England, of Declan Rice winning the Ballon d'Or. Did you see that?
No.
Very popular. They confronted Jamie Carragher, Paul Scholes in the overlap. Arsenal fans that think if England wins the World Cup, it's not Declan Rice winning the Ballon d'Or. It will be Jude Bellingham winning the Ballon d'Or, for God's sake. And Declan Rice, as a midfielder, he's not even better than Vitinha, that was third in the Ballon d'Or. He's not better than João Neves, in my opinion. He's not better than Caicedo. If we're comparing midfielders, okay, in my opinion, I love Declan Rice. He's one of the best in the world. So important for Arsenal in the set pieces. The way he does the crosses, he's phenomenal. But to say that Declan Rice can win a Ballon d'Or, if Arsenal wins the Champions League, if England wins the World Cup, you have no ball knowledge, you do not understand football, because Vitinha, João Neves, Pedri, that is actually the best midfielder in the world, these are the ones that are generational midfielders, not Declan Rice.
Yeah, true. Imagine if João Neves was English.
Oh my days. People would say he's the best midfielder in the world.
No.
Or he's going to be the best midfielder in the world in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But Pedri, we can say, if there's like a top three if there's a top three most informed midfielders in the world, we put Pedri, Vitinha, and João Neves. Declan Rice is not even in that midfield.
I would put Moises Caicedo in the third place and fourth place João Neves. I think
even if we put Declan Rice, it'd be like fifth. So
Yeah.
this shows, and Jude Bellingham, come on.
Yeah.
For me,
not
I had
even
to
in the
pick
top
Jude
five, Declan Rice. Yeah.
So for you to say Declan Rice is going to win a Ballon d'Or, seriously, it shows no ball knowledge for sure. He will be an incredibly important player in his career. Declan Rice will be perceived as one of the best midfielders of his generation, like a Scholes, like a Stevie G, like a Lampard were. But they didn't win Ballon d'Or. So Arsenal fans, do not say that nonsense. It's cringe. You just lose credibility. Saka is the player that you can hinge that can get that Ballon d'Or level, but a lot of things need to happen. And a recruitment, this is a whole different conversation. But going back to the
Max
England...
Doman.
Going back to the England talk, so just wanted to say, because we've mentioned in past episodes, England in this World Cup, playing Croatia, who has to be in that midfield?
Who has to be in that midfield?
Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and Elliot Anderson.
Maybe.
Who would you replace? You're thinking about Wharton, right?
Yeah. No. I think Elliot Anderson is playing like a
He's
CDM.
Mr. Consistent,
He's
man.
playing like a CDM.
He's
in
so
the England
consistent
national.
and so complete. In given
True.
moments,
He can
he
play
can
as a
complete a
CDM,
Declan
yeah.
Rice. He completed a Jude Bellingham. He's so unselfish, Elliot
For
Anderson.
the number 6 role, I would pick Adam Wharton. So my midfield would be Adam Wharton, Declan Rice, and Jude Bellingham.
I disagree. I go Elliot
But
Jude and
Elliot
Rice.
Anderson, in other games, I would start Elliot Anderson, depending in
I'm
the,
talking about
of the
Croatia.
games.
I said Croatia.
Against Croatia, I think it will be a tough game. I think I would put Adam Wharton. I would put Adam Wharton.
We disagree. I go Elliot Anderson, Jude, and Declan Rice. But let us know, FC Wonderkid community, on YouTube, on Spotify, on TikTok, what would be your England midfield against Croatia? I go Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham.
I will go Adam Wharton, Declan Rice, and Jude Bellingham.
Oi, oi, oi.
We
Interesting.
disagree in one position.
But yes, other things are going to happen in this World Cup, and mandatory topic. It's the third match of do I have the group that has France, that has Norway. Oh my days, how are you feeling? This is
Senegal
in
as well.
Senegal, yes, and the fourth team we still did not know. How are you feeling for this group?
Very tough group because
Group E.
because I think Norway will be the big surprise of the competition.
The dark
in my
horse.
opinion. In my opinion, Norway, because they have brilliant, world-class players. Haaland, Odegaard.
Do you think Norway can beat France?
Yeah, they can beat France. I would not be surprised. I'm saying right now. I will not be
55
surprised.
goals in 48 matches Erling Haaland has for Norway. He knows if he beats France in the World Cup, unanimously by many people, he will be seen as the best striker. Not Harry Kane, not Kylian Mbappé playing as striker for Real Madrid. Haaland knows, I beat the third match of the World Cup, France. I'm going to be the most complete striker in the world. I can't even think like he would. It would be such a good moment in his career.
And I think Norway is a national team that can reach easily the quarterfinals and maybe the semifinals of the competition.
We've seen Morocco go to the semi-finals. We've seen Croatia
to
in
the
back-to-back
final.
World Cups make history. Erling Haaland will want to learn as much as he can and lead Norway to history. First World Cup since 1998.
True.
Look at the intensity of this morning for the Norwegian players. They're going to play for Erling Haaland 100%, like Argentina plays for Messi. That has to be the case.
And in Norway, we have two Wonderkids that will be a nightmare for the defense in the World Cup.
Antonio Nusa?
Antonio Nusa and Oscar Bob.
Yes.
Will be insane. I will watch every game of
And maybe
the
a
Norway
jelly.
national team.
Maybe a jelly. Sandre
too,
Jelly that can get
is
a
scoring
chance.
already goals in the championship with
Yes.
Ipswich. Be careful with this guy
He
as
can
well.
get a chance. I could see that happen. So yes, Norwegian fans, trust Erling Haaland.
Be
trust
hopeful.
your-
Be hopeful.
Exactly.
In this competition,
Exactly. Fourth seed Norway. That's like everyone didn't want to get Norway in this
And
World Cup
Senegal.
draw.
Senegal has a brilliant team full of young talent because you have Mamadou Sarr that left France and went to Senegal to play for the national team. You have Iliman Ndiaye that is making a brilliant season at Everton.
Elite dribbler.
One of the best dribblers in the Premier League.
Is he better than Doku?
No, it's not the best dribbler because Doku is playing in the same competition.
And the
than
best
him.
dribbler in the world, in my opinion, is Lamine Yamal.
In my opinion, is Doku, but Ndiaye can be in the top 10 of best dribblers.
I would
in the
say
world.
top
I think
5.
it's not bold.
I would say top 5
yeah,
dribblers.
True. Ndiaye, fantastic season and is surprising me so much. And this Everton squad is surprising me so much.
Yes,
But,
well mentioned.
We
well
have
mentioned.
Ndiaye. We have Lamine Camara in the midfield as well.
True.
This Senegal team, be careful because it will be very difficult. A national team very difficult to beat.
And US, okay, they're playing in home soil. And the US men's national team should 100% go through in their group. When you have Paraguay and Australia, fun fact, you're going to have two teams that call football soccer the wrong way, okay? US men's national team should 100% finish first confidently because they're playing in home soil. This is one of the best generations I've ever seen. And you got one of the best managers in international football with Pochettino. It's a luxury to have Pochettino, Pulisic, Chris Richards, Many players are developing under this
And,
team.
do you think Kevin Sullivan will go to the World Cup?
As a learning experience, I could see happen because he's the most special player I've ever seen in academy football in the U.S. men's national team academy football teams.
I think he should go to the World Cup.
I didn't see Freddy Adu. I just want to say that I didn't see Freddy Adu.
I didn't see Freddy Adu too, but
So Kevin Sullivan, for how special he is, I think it's still very early and it's professional football. But let's see this year what's going to happen, okay? I need to see more from Kevin Sullivan. But if he's playing at a high level consistently in the MLS, I think he deserves a chance.
I think he will, in the next MLS season, I think Kevin Sullivan will have a crucial role in the Philadelphia team.
And if that's the case, he should be called up for the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup.
True. I agree with you.
And I want to talk here in the World Cup talk about the inevitable star, o menino da Vila, menino Ney, that what he's doing for Santos, please pay attention. If Santos was in a relegation spots, everybody would be pointing fingers at Neymar. You still should be pointing fingers at Neymar if this man is saving Santos from being relegated. Playing injured, that is insane. Since the Kobe tweet that's going to be on the screen, Neymar is locked in. Neymar wants to go to this World Cup, and Ancelotti, good statement, said, if Neymar is ready, I will call him up in May. That has to be the case. And the people that disrespect and say Neymar doesn't deserve to go to the World Cup, you do not know football if you're saying that Neymar shouldn't go to the World Cup. Every football fan that loves the game wants to see a player like Neymar in the World Cup. Just like Cristiano Ronaldo, just like Messi, just like James Rodriguez or Paul Pogba in France. A last dance in the biggest stage in international football. Neymar deserves that. And I'm telling you guys, I am scared for Brazil if Brazil has Neymar, man. I am really scared with Estevão, with Ancelotti, with a fixed defense, with Gabriel Magalhães, Marquinhos, Eder Militão, knowing what they have to do. They're contenders, Brazil. I gotta say that, man. Neymar and Estevão, I'm scared, man.
Neymar, Estevão, Vini, Rodrigo.
Vini doesn't scare me too much for Brazil. But Estevão and Neymar for Brazil, those two players, I'm quaking, man. I'm really quaking. And Bruno Guimarães too would be a lot more talked if he played at Chelsea, man. You know, it's Bruno Guimarães is the soul of Newcastle. So many moments this season, we see him saving Newcastle. He could do that for Brazil too. He deserves that status of mandatory starter for Brazil. So Neymar starting when he comes back. Estevão staying as a starter. Vini and Rafinha, I don't know.
And Rafinha, you have Rafinha as
and
well.
Matheus Cunha, and Luis Henrique, and Ryan maybe. Look, you gotta play around Neymar. It has to be the case. And even when Brazil loses to Croatia, it was not Neymar's fault, man. It was so sad to see, man. I was so sad for Neymar because I will have to explain to my children, why didn't Neymar win a Ballon d'Or, man? True. Why didn't Neymar... Wait. Yeah, he won't win a Ballon d'Or.
No,
If Brazil wins the Exa, Neymar is the best player of the tournament. No way.
Neymar, in my opinion, had the quality to be one of the best players of all time. In my opinion,
in his peak, he
the
was
best player of all time. In my opinion, he had the quality to be that player. But in
look
football,
at these stats.
various things.
And look at these stats for Brazil. Neymar has 79 goals, 59 assists. This is a monster, okay? And people have the audacity to say if Neymar is fit, he shouldn't play for Brazil. People, please. Watch Neymar. Watch what he can do. Understand the game at a different level because players that have this intelligence, that have this gift, should 100% show to the world this gift. And Neymar, if he's available, he should 100% start for Brazil. Last thing in the World Cup I want to mention too, we can't forget Japan, okay, because Japan, Brazil-Morocco, that's going to be an elite match in the MetLife. I would love to be in New Jersey to see this game. But wanted to mention too, Japan, because Japan is in a group with the Netherlands, and if I was Dutch, I wouldn't be confident to play against Japan, especially after watching the Japan against Brazil match. That's 3-2, Japan remontada. They always give this sense of belief, you know. And the team of Japan, the players that are improving, I gotta give big credit to the Japanese Federation, okay?
Yeah, true. I think Japan will also be a national team that will surprise a lot of people in the next World Cup, and I think Suzuki will be the starting goalkeeper,
and then Suzuki, one of the starting center backs, starting at Copenhagen
from
too.
Copenhagen, yeah, and I think
and Ueda, that is the current leader in top European leagues of goal scoring. It's not Harry Kane, it's Ueda.
Ueda, oh my god.
Ueda has 18 goals and Kane has 17, Mbappé 16, Haaland 15, and Ferran Torres 11. Okay, that's it. Being elite too.
Ferran Torres underrated. Ferran Torres.
True,
People don't talk too much about Ferran
But
Torres.
Ueda being the first, this is the definition of underrated. And for Japan, Ueda, Mitoma, Takefusa Kubo, Morita. I have here also, you mentioned Suzuki. There's also another player. I know I'm forgetting. Yeah. That's very good for Japan and that can be very important.
Which position?
I think in the midfield. I've said Mitoma, right?
Yeah.
Hendo, obviously.
Okay.
Hendo Wataru, that we saw at Liverpool in the past. So the growth of this Japanese national team deserves big credit. And I wanted to mention, last World Cup, they beat Spain, they beat Germany. That group was just so elite. So please do not underrate a national team that can make damage like this.
Japan and Norway, I think, will be the dark horses of the competition. And let's see what will happen.
And now here at the end, wanted to mention some players that are being big in transfer rumors and are having a great season until now. Wanted to start here with Yan Diomande, that just had a hat-trick in 18 minutes against Frankfurt. Yan Diomande, young left wingers, he is absolutely one of the best, okay? And we're watching Ivory Coast against Germany and Ecuador. Pay attention because Yan Diomande is going to be starting for Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Elite baller, elite signing from RB Leipzig. And, as I said, one of the best young left wingers in the world of football currently.
And Ivory Coast will have Yan Diomande in the left and Amad Diallo on the right.
Exactly. And look at these stats. Diomande, 9 goal involvements in his last 7 games for RB Leipzig.
Yeah. Insane.
Let me do your challenge to you.
Oh my God.
You can only pick one of these players. Yan Diomande, Said El Mala, Malik Fofana, and Antonio Nusa. Who would you pick of these 4 wingers?
Antonio Nusa.
You love Nusa.
Antonio Nusa, sorry. Antonio Nusa.
I maybe would go Yan Diomande. Maybe. I've been loving watching him in the Bundesliga with Leipzig.
I would put Antonio Nusa, then Malik Fofana, then right now, current quality, then Yan Diomande and Said El Mala, that is also making a brilliant season at Cologne, in the 4th place.
But these are 4 special wingers that you must know. That's why I said to compare them.
Malik Fofana is 21.
Yes. Can be a starter for Belgium.
And Diomande turned 19 last week.
Exactly.
It's
good
insane,
context.
Insane.
Important context.
6 goals and 3 assists in
yes.
in the Bundesliga. So I think it's one of the best, one of the players that impressed me the most this season. Yan Diomande. I didn't expect this impact in the Bundesliga.
I wasn't expecting, maybe not as immediate, but long term, yes.
Long term, yes. But right now, as an 18-year-old winger, insane. And we are talking about one of the best leagues in the world.
Who I wasn't expecting was Said El Mala. I knew about the talent, but I wasn't expecting him to be so good, so fast for Cologne. 583 minutes in the Bundesliga, 6 goals, 2 assists. These are numbers compared to Lukas Podolski. If you do not know who Podolski is, he's one of the best young players I've ever seen in a World Cup. He was the best young player of the 2006 World Cup. And now, currently, he is the owner of Mangal Donor, one of the best donor places in the world, elite entrepreneur. But he is a legend of Cologne, just like Said El Mala is becoming, and that deserves elite recognition.
And Said El Mala played in the 3rd German division last season.
Exactly. So to see this development deserves so much credit. That's why I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, and he made a really good under-19 Euro. He impressed a lot of people, and that's why he was a Cologne player, but then he was loaned to Victoria Cologne. That is a team in the 3rd division that he played last season. And right now, he stayed in the Cologne team, and he's the crucial player of this team, and he's proving this season. How many goals does he have?
6 goals.
6 goals in the Bundesliga. Insane. 19-year-old winger. So
And he should go to the World Cup. We say Ouedraogo,
yeah.
Ouedraogo, Said El-Mala. We would love to see both these players go to the World Cup, just like Voltamat, just like Leonard Karl, just like Jamal Musiala when he returns from injury, just like Florian Wirtz, that is another player when he plays for Germany, and obviously Pavlovic and Tom Bischoff. Germany's future is in safe hands. Exactly. Let's see if Nagelsmann stays, because a team needs a manager, and a team needs a manager with Florian Wirtz. So Julian Nagelsmann, we never know. He could go to Liverpool, but that's a whole different conversation. True. We'll have it in the next podcast, most likely so. Wanted to mention, obviously, too, the future of Greece, because yes, rightfully so. We see the big names. We see the big names linked to Man United. Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, Baleba. I love the fact that I see Mozakitic also linked. If Mozakitic goes to Man United, it's a big step, but shows that the recruitment, the players that Man United are following, are the right players. Mozakitic is one of the best young midfielders outside the top 5 leagues currently in Europe. If you know about Wonderkids, you must know about Mozakitic, just like Karetsa of Genk. Those 2 Greek midfielders, oh my days, world-class potential, okay? World-class potential. Then you have Pavlidis in front. You have Zolic that is still 23. You have Zimas that is an elite move by Brighton. But there's another one too. Kostolas. And there's still another player, Paok, that you must know that is Konstantin Elias. It's very difficult to say a name like this, but he's such a good player. I need to improve my skills. And yes, please, guys, pay attention to this team of Greece. That is, so many players are improving.
True. Mozakitic. I think if I was Mozakitic, I would not go to Man United.
Where would you go if you were Mozakitic?
Dortmund. I think it would be a good step for him, because he could get minutes in the Bundesliga.
If you were Dortmund and you had Mozakitic in front of you and Nathan De Cat, who would you pick?
Very different profiles, man.
But the same position. But the same
position. Can be more number 8.
But same position. I gotta debate that. Both would replace a Joe Bellingham in that Dortmund team.
I think I would pick Nathan De Cat, because Nathan De Cat gives more strength in the duels. I think than Mozakitic.
I think I'd go Mozakitic because of the elite passing ability and the elite mobility that Mozakitic has. But just shows the level of these 2 players, Mozakitic and Nathan De Cat, that we both think they have world-class potential in them and can start, respectively, one for Greece and the other one for Belgium.
True. I think Belgium has 2 top 6 ballers, top number 6 ballers, for the defensive midfield position. That is Jordi Mokio from Ajax and Nathan De Cat.
But don't you think Mokio can be playing at center back one day?
Can be, yeah. He can play as a center back and as a
I think that's going to be his decision, because Ajax, come on, man. It's just disaster class after disaster class in terms of decision making. The best decision they've done since they sacked Farioli, maybe. No, they haven't done the best decision. I wanted to say Mika Götze is the best decision in the last 2 years, because he was signed with Farioli. That's why I didn't want
the best player from Ajax this season.
Yes.
And against Benfica, also another player that stand out was Boanida, a winger that can play also as a number 10.
I remember him, very good
Ryan
wonderkid.
Boanida, a very good player, good player. And I think Ajax always had a team full of young talent.
And I have a very good friend, Nash. He had his debut at Ajax. I followed him since the age of 12. And I can tell you guys, Pharrell Nash, that's going to be a winger that's going to make so many good moments for Ajax fans. And he deserves that moment. Kid's a workaholic, man. Workaholic. Imagine Colin Hudson-Odoi, but efficient since the start. That's Pharrell Nash. Okay, big statement here, okay? But yes, wanted to mention Karetsa, Mozakitic. It makes complete sense. Also, another Wonderkid news here with transfers. The Quintero twin brothers have signed for Arsenal. What can they expect, Philippe, Arsenal fans, from the Quintero brothers?
Yeah, Edwin Quintero is more a winger, and he can play also as a number 10, but he's more a winger, and he makes me remind a little bit He has things similar to Neymar. Some things he has elite dribbling, elite pace, good decision making, very technique, and I think it's a 10-10 Wonderkid.
And they're also born in the same year as Max Daumann, the Quintero twins.
Arsenal have 3 top Wonderkids born in 2009.
Exactly.
Because you have right now Edwin Quintero, Holger Quintero, and Max Daumann. Be careful. And also you have Marley Salmon that was born in 2008. That is also a Wonderkid from Haaland.
But it shows the elite scouting from Arsenal. Like, they must have known of Ordonez too.
True.
And they didn't convince Ordonez. It was Chelsea that convinced Ordonez.
Yeah, I didn't expect for Arsenal to sign these two because I think Chelsea and other teams have...
it was Chelsea, man. Kendrick Paez also went to Chelsea. We all expected Chelsea
to
sign the
Chelsea
Equatorian.
to sign these two guys, but... Yeah.
And it's the team that has Nkapie. It's both Chelsea and Arsenal. They're trusting Ecuador as much as anyone.
And Independiente del Valle has a top youth academy. They won the under-17 Ecuadorian championship this week. Who was playing in this team? Edwin Quintero, Holger Quintero that are going to Arsenal, and Dainer Ordonez that is going to Chelsea. So
I love Ordonez, the star player of that team. To be as good as he is, as tall as he is, as fast as he is, as good in ball distribution as he is, Daniel Ordonez is going to be the cheat code of center backs.
Yeah. And we were talking on off that to be a center back to play in the big club, it's not enough to be good in the duels, to be aggressive. It's not enough. You have to have
good
elite ball distribution.
Exactly.
If you don't have this, you will not play for Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Right now, in the modern football, you want a center back that can have a crucial role in the build-up phase.
A generation inspired by Virgil van Dijk, clearly. The level of a center back. He changed the levels. Did you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think he had
for how good he is with his body in terms of duels and the ball distribution. Oh my days. I wanted to mention the Quintero brothers. And last Wonderkid news here at transfers. He is rumored to go everywhere, yet Lille managed to convince him to extend the 18-year-old phenom at Lille. Ayod Boadi. We see Real Madrid, we see Arsenal, we see City, we see a PSG. Naturally so, all wanting a midfielder that at the age of 18 just became 18. He's played more than 50 matches for Lille. Elite talent, generational talent because of the intelligence he shows on the pitch. Boadi, if you do not know about him, please remember the name of future starter for the French national team or Morocco. Depends who he picks, right, Philippe?
Yeah, true. I think he will pick France. Because
I would love Morocco, man. Like Ben Seguir, another one.
Yeah, true. Morocco national team is
Bilal
very
El Kanous, Ben Seguir, Brahim Diaz.
Yeah.
I love this Moroccan national team.
He can play for Morocco still because he played for France in the under-21 level.
Deschamps has to make the decision fast. I would call him up in the next France call-up if possible.
This guy is 18, starting for Lille and being one of the most important players of the squad.
We saw Lenny Yoro. That happened, 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
He went straight away to Man United for more than 60 million.
I think Boadi will end at PSG. I don't know why.
I don't think so.
Because you have João Neves.
I don't think so. But when you remember the best players of Lille in the past, like Pep, he went to Arsenal. Hazard, he went to Chelsea. Lenny Yoro, he goes. They don't like to sell internally to the best, to the other team of the league. Rafael Leão, he goes to AC Milan. Ozime, he goes to Napoli. I don't see him going to PSG. Out of the proudness of the Lille management. I think I could see United. Mm-hmm. Because that would be a big statement because we saw with Lenny Yoro, and I could obviously see Real Madrid going for him. Ooh. They need him. They need a midfielder that is unselfish, defensively minded, and that is elite with ball distribution. They have Tchouaméni that's good in duels, but in terms of ball retention and in complete control of chaos and making the best pass through, I don't see that for Real Madrid consistently.
You don't have right now. You don't have.
You don't. So Boadi would have that mix of a bit of Modric, a bit of Kroos, that would make those insane passes that we would say to ourselves, how many lines is he breaking with that pass? Boadi could have that same impact, but I like that you think PSG.
I think PSG.
I just want to keep intact the midfield Jones Vitinha. No enemies, no players to
Another
replace
option,
these two.
because you also have in PSG, you have Warren Zaire-Emery, you have Seni Mayulu,
Exactly.
and Boadi would be another option.
Let's see. But yes, guys, everyone that's listening to FC Wonderkid episode 15 until now, thank you so much. 5 stars on Spotify. I reiterate, it's a big help. But please, comment on YouTube if you disagree with anything about Rúben Amorim, about the World Cup talk that we just had, about the transfer talk with Wonderkids. Let us know what you disagree, and we will answer on YouTube your comments. Once again, thank you for listening to the FC Wonderkid podcast until now. Thank you, Fleep, for going bold.
Thank you.
And yes, next week, we promise to go bold once again about Wonderkids. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.